Okay, chapter 2.4, solving equations with integers. Okay, this section is really important because uh, you know we're gonna have a lot of questions finding solution of equations always. So finding the solution of equations will be coming soon. So what is an equation? Actually, what is an equation? Okay, equation means let's say there are two expressions. So for example, here is 3x and 36, two expressions. One is product of 3 and x, and the second expression in this case is just a number. So these two expressions are equal. That means we put the equal sign. Then this is an equation. So there's an equation symbol, and there are two expressions. One is on the left side of the equation, and the other one is on the right side of the equation. So putting this together with the equal sign, that is an equation. Okay, here's another example. Negative 17 is an expression, and y plus 9 is a sum, another expression. So if you make this one equal, then this is an equation. So depending on the value of the variable x and y, the equation may be true or false, right? So the first expression, 3x is equal to 36. If x equals 0, then the left side is 0 and the right side is 36, and they are not equal, right? So the value of x, which is 0, does not satisfy the equation. How about if x equals 12? Then what happens? If x equals 12, then 3 times 12 is 36. So the result of 3x is equal to the right side, 36. Then the value 12 is the solution of this value x. Okay, on the right side, look at this, y. So if y equals 0, then what happens? The right side of the equation is 0 plus 9 is 9. So 9 is different from negative 17. So the value 0 is not a solution, it does not make this equation true. So if you find the value of y that makes the equation true, then we call it, that's the solution of the equation. So here is a definition. So when you solve an equation means find the value of that variable so that the equation is true, right? So in that case, so solving an equation requires finding a number that makes the equation true when the number is substituted for the variable. So if that number does not satisfy the equation, then that's not a solution. Then how do you find the solution? So there are two examples, very important properties. Okay, the same number can be subtracted from each side of an equation without changing the solution of the equation. So this means you can subtract the same number from each side. So for example, okay, let's try. Here is x plus, let's use x plus 5 equals x plus 5 equals 7. Okay, so this property means you can subtract a number from each side, doesn't matter. So here is a balance. It's in the center. Keep the balance. So left side and the right side have the same weight. So if you have, let's say this one has 5 apples, this one has also 5 apples with the same weight, then you can add one apple to the left, then you can also add one apple to the right to keep the balance, right? Same thing. So in this case, here is x plus 5 and here is 7. Then you can add 2 to each side. Then this will be x plus 7 and 7 plus 9 is 7 plus 2 is 9. So still the solution will be unchanged. The solution will be the same. So in order to find, actually in this case, you can subtract the same number. So let's subtract actually. So let me write it here. I just add it, but you can subtract the same number. So why don't we subtract 5 from each side? 5 each side. Then what happens? Then 5 minus 5. Do you remember associated property? So you can simplify these two, right? So 5 minus 5 is 0. So this is x plus 0 is equal to 7 minus 5 is 2. Then you are adding 0 to x. This is addition property of 0, right? So the result is just x. So we got the value of x. So x is equal to 2. So if x equals 2, what happens? X equals 2, then 2 plus 5 is 7. So yes, 2, the number 2 makes the equation true. So 2 is the solution. So you can either add a number to each side or you can subtract a number from each side. So in this case, isn't it better to subtract a number? Because plus 5, you have a x plus 5. So x is together with 5 with plus, right? Plus, then subtract, minus 5. So that makes 0. You can remove 5 from the left hand side by subtracting the same number from each side. Okay, that's this property. We will do this one with one more exercise later. Now, here is in this case you can do this. Okay, here is 2x is equal to 6. We have an expression something like this. Okay, you can from each side of the equation can be divided by the same number. Look at this. The left side of the equation is 2x and the right side is 6. So in order to solve this equation, we need to find x. In this case, 2 times 0 is 0, right? 0. 2 times 0 is 0, and 0 is not equal to 6. So 0 is not the solution. Then how about 1? Okay, 1 is not a solution because 2 times 1 is 2, and that's different from 6. So how do you find it? Okay, you can divide by this property. You can divide each side by what? By 2. So we want to find x, right? We want to find x. So the result has to be x equals to something. So the left side is a product. This is a product 2 times x. 2 times x, right? So do you remember 2 over 2 is equal to 1? 2 over 2 equals to 1. So if you make it something like 1 times x, then this is x, isn't it? So this is 2 times x. Let's make it 1 times x so that it becomes x. So since 2 over 2 is equal to 1, we can divide each side by 2. Each side by 2. So if x is a product, then divide that product by the same number, 2. So the left side will be x. The 2 cancel out. So x equals, this is 1 times x, isn't it? 1 times x equals 3. So x equals 3. This is how we can find a solution if x is a product. So if x is a product, then what do? You divide each side. Divide each side by the same number, 2 in this case. And then if x is together with x is an addition or subtraction like this, in this case it's an x is an addition, right? Addition. Then subtract each side, subtract a number from each side, and then number is same as this 5. Okay, let's try to solve this equation. Okay, Okay, so 5y equals negative 30. Okay, 5y, the expression is y is a product. So if this is a product, so this is 5 times y, isn't it? Then if this is product, then you can subtract each side by what? The same number 5. Same number 5. So this is a 5 times y, right? This is a product, 5 times y, then divide each side by 5 so that this 5 cancel out. And then it becomes what? 1 times y, right? 1 times y. And then the right side is negative 30 divided by 5. So different signs. So the result is negative. And then divide 30 by 5 is 6. So finally, y is equal to negative 6. So this is the solution. The negative 6 is the solution. Then how do you know if this is really makes sense? Now substitute y for negative 6. Let's check. You don't have to check, but I just want to make sure if I got the right answer. So 5y is equal to negative 30. Then 5 times y, the value of y that we just found is negative 6. Then this is equal to, let's check whether this is true, right? Let's check. Then the result is product of two different signs. So the result is negative. Then 5 times 6 is 30. So this is same as negative 30, right? Same, right? So yes, negative 6 makes the equation true. So negative 6 is the solution. Okay, let's try more example. Okay, how about this one? Okay, let's solve 27 equals v minus 13. Alright, the right side contains the variable v, but this is not a product. This is a subtraction, isn't it? So 27 is equal to v minus 13. This is a subtraction. So I just want to leave v alone and then get rid of negative 13. So let's get rid of negative 13 by what? Adding 13 to each side. Since this is minus 13, so we need plus 13 to make this one 0, right? 0. We need to make this one 0 to get rid of from the addition. So we also add 13 to the left-hand side of the equation because we added one number on one side, so you need to add the same number to the other side. All right, then 27 plus 13 is 40, and the right side is v. Isn't it 0, right? Isn't it 0 plus 0, right? So the right side is v and 40. So the solution is, you can write it v first. So v is equal to v equals 40. So this is the solution. All right, you don't have to check because we already, if you want to check, go ahead. So 40 minus 13 is what? 27, right? 27. Right. So this is really important. Okay, check the variable. If the variable is together with a number, but then number is a product or addition or subtraction, then always do this way. If this is minus subtraction, then add the same number. If this is plus, then subtract the same number. If v is a product, something like this. If y is a product, variable is a product, multiplication, then divide the number. Okay, let's try now another example. Okay, application problem. Okay, whenever there is a word like this, equals is equal to, was, represents, is the same as, then always convert this number, these words to the equal sign. So for example, okay, negative 56 equals, here is equals, right? So convert this one to equal sign. So you can write it this, So negative 56 is on the left side of the equal sign, and then this will be on the right side of the equal sign. Okay, so negative 56 equals, so convert it into equal sign, and negative 8 times a number. So this means negative 8 times a number. A number is unknown, right? This is unknown number. It's an unknown. So let's make it a variable x. Let's make it x. So the expression for negative 8 times a number is negative 8 times a number x. So we just converted a sentence, English sentence, into mathematical expression like this. And then find the number. So we want to find the number x. That means solve the equation, right? So how do you solve the equation? Okay, let me write it again. So negative 56 is equal to 8x. This is a product. X is together with negative 8, but this is a product. So what do we do? If this is product, then you divide each side by the number, which is negative 8. Not 8, negative 8, all together with this number, negative 8. Negative 8. Okay. Then the left side of the equation is negative 56 divided by negative 8. Two numbers have the same sign, so the result is positive, right? Positive. So 56 divided by 8 is 7. Right, so positive 7. And the right side is negative 8 and negative 8. They have the same number, so it becomes 1, right? 1, cancel out 1, x. So 7 is equal to x. So you can write x first, so x is equal to 7. So this is the number, the solution of this equation, and the solution is the number. We are looking for the number, right? Number. So always, if there is, when you convert English phrase into mathematical expression, find the equation. Find the word that represents the equation. So in this case, equals represent the equation. So write the equation, and then everything on the left side of this word equation goes to the left side of the equation. And the right side is the expression for the right side of the equation. Okay. Okay, the starting salary is 29,600, and this salary is 10,900 less than the mid-career salary. All right, so let's convert this phrase, this sentence, into mathematical expression. So here is the word is, so you can make it equal sign, right? So the left side of the equal sign will be 29,600. So this is the starting salary. And the right side of the equation is 10,900 less than the mid-career salary. So the mid-career salary is the one we are looking for. So let's say this is unknown, right? Unknown. So if it's an unknown, then make it a variable. Let's make it x. So the right side is, to remember A less than B. This is really important concept. A less than B. Then what's the expression? Is it A minus B or B minus A? A minus B is not right. This is incorrect. Write the second expression first. So this will be B minus A. Alright, so the right side of the equation will be what? The mid-career salary minus 10,900. So x minus 10,900. So this is the correct equation. So from this equation, let's find x, which is the mid-career salary. Then how do you find it? Okay, now x is together with minus, right? This is a subtraction. So if this is a subtraction, then what do we do? if this is subtraction, then we can add. So why don't we add the same number as this, 10,900. So add this number to each side of the equation. I will write the number below each side, second line. So it is much easier to calculate, right? So the left side is the sum of these two numbers is 0, 0, 6 plus 9 is 15, so 1 up. So 9 plus 1 is 0, and then 1 up. So 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. And the right side is x plus 0, x plus 0. So x is equal to 40,500. Then we can say the number x is, actually x is the mid-career salary, right? So the mid-career salary is $40,500. Okay, so we can write something like this: the mid-career salary is $40,500. Okay, so there are a bunch of exercises in the textbook, so please try as many exercises as possible.